Hi, it's Valerie D'Ambrosio, and welcome to the second part of Conscious Connection series. I am so excited about this series and for being with one of my favorite people on the planet, as you know, and sisters who I walk the path with so diligently and passionately, GuruNischan. And this series, this quarter, is about how to create and sustain healthy habits throughout the year. A lot of times at this time of year, we're all setting intention and resolutions, sankalpa, as we step into the new year. And so really what I wanted to invite our teachers, our experts on is the best ways to help us in navigating balance in this new year, in sustaining and retaining our commitment with ourselves. So GuruNischan, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's a pleasure. Always exciting to be here.
Yay, you're just beautiful. It's always such a joy to see you.
Yay, thank you.
So how much influence do you feel we have on manifesting what it is that we actually really do desire in life?
Well, I think that personally, we have all of the influence. I think that the more that we understand ourselves as energetic beings, more than relating to ourselves as physical beings, then we can understand that there's always a vibrational output. And we're constantly outputting vibration and we're constantly inputting frequency as well. And so we're both sending and receiving stations like a radio station. There's frequency coming in and frequency going out. So whenever we're talking about manifesting, we are manifestors. That's why we came into physical bodies, is to be on a physical plane, to be able to manifest things into physical form. It's who we are. I don't even think it's a question as to whether it's possible or whether we are a part of it. We're always a part of it, but that divine source within us and connecting to that universal source external, that process of connectivity, that's the real work of where manifestation either happens or it doesn't.
Wonderful. So it's this empowerment that we really do as vibrational, energetic beings have the potential and constantly are manifesting.
All the time. And whether we're manifesting the things we want or the things we don't want, we're constantly a product of manifesting all the time because it's who we are. Mm-hmm.
So in being who we are, what do you feel is an essential piece in manifesting what we desire?
Well, I think fundamentally it's being able to go beneath the surface to all of the things that are not vibrationally congruent to what it is that we say that we desire. So what I found, and I've been doing a lot of desire work last year and folding into this year, of course, is that it's one thing to have a desire, and then as you start to sit with that, a lot of information comes up through the body and in our lives in response to kind of that casting of that particular desire. And what I found is that I've had to really unwind all of the scar tissue and all of the wounds within me that are really preventing me from being able to vibrate at a level that truly allows me to allow that desire in. And I've been finding this such an interesting thing because it's like this concept of the force be with you. You are a force, no doubt about it. How connected you are to the nature and force of who you are, that's another story. Now, as we start to become aware of our electrical capacity as a force, then we cast desires and we realize, wow, I want this, but there's so much. There's a stuck feeling in me, and that stuck feeling always has information. What's not very exciting is the fact that we have to spend time surrendering into those stuck places in ourselves. So it's much nicer to think, oh, I could just meditate and I could just think positive thoughts and I could, have my affirmations of all the things I desire. But really, I have to become a better witness of, as I write my intentions or write my manifestations or whatever it is I'm wanting to bring forth, all of the things that are popping up in my awareness, in my body, in my everyday existence that's feeling sludge-like, and really getting comfortable in that sludge so that I can allow myself to melt into the desire, to allow the desire to literally create melting me from the inside, like as if there's parts of me that are literally showing up as ice blocks. And through this process of tenderly going in there, allowing those ice blocks to melt so that I can become more in alignment with the things that I'm casting and the way that I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis.
Fabulous. Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that it's also very much this subconscious layer of aspects of who we are, potentially either whether it's from this lifetime, traumas or abuses or anything else that it may have occurred, or from other lifetimes it might be getting in our way. So it's important to really hone in and be super honest with ourselves, present with ourselves, and diligent within the work within ourselves to step into what it is that we desire.
Yes. And also I think that a part of kind of working on our own, what we call havingness levels, like there's areas in which we can really be open and allow ourselves to receive on some levels. And then there's other areas that we have very low tolerance of havingness levels. And so becoming aware of that and then sitting in these spaces and getting comfortable with the fact that we may attract something else first as a stepping stone to being able to really get closer and closer to what it is that is authentic in our desire. But that's a process. And I think sometimes we cast the desire and then we get mad at the process or at God or at our practice, or we say meditation doesn't work or goals don't work or my coach sucks or whatever, you know, when really they're doing perfect. You're right exactly in the right space because you're getting signs, or driftwood, you're getting signs that you're close to shore, you know. And I think the hardest part is getting comfortable and relaxing in these places that are totally uncomfortable, totally not exactly what we want. We tasted the sweetness and then it turned sour. You know, it's being able to get into the dance of this process of becoming manifestors rather than just getting so upset in the process when it's not exactly what we wanted.
Oh my gosh, I so love you. It's so amazing because I believe that the stepping stones and paying attention to the synchronicities that are showing us up for us during that process and allowing that aspect of uncertainty. And it was interesting, I was just speaking with you about that, is that I recently just got into a relationship with somebody where it is absolutely everything that I've ever desired. And what's interesting is that early in the summer, I met somebody that was close to what I desired, but there were missing pieces. Later in the summer, I met another person that was very much, even more what I desired, but there was the final piece almost of that ability to fully commit. And now I've met my person who's not only fully ready, but wanting, willing, and able, right, to show up fully. And so it was in me each time thinking there was a failure or something was wrong or didn't work. It was an opportunity to go, hold on a second, maybe this means I'm actually getting closer to what it is that I truly desire. So thank you for bringing that up, because I think it's so easy for that to be pitfalls for someone, for them to go, oh shit, I'm not really seeing it manifest yet, therefore this whole thing doesn't work, and to keep on keeping on, to stay in it, to allow yourself to breathe in that uncertainty.
Yes, I think it's one of the main issues that I see happen in friends and clients and students when it comes to manifesting is we immediately go into a place of disapproval. You know, we open, let's say in specific in what you just shared, if any of those times in between you would have kind of like lost it and just said, oh, this isn't working, I must not be any good, maybe what I want is too much, you know, you turn inward in this place of non-approval, you're immediately canceling out your capacity to manifest instead of seeing it for exactly what it was this stepping stone that opened you. And then another stepping stone that opened you. It's expanding our own havingness levels by allowing what it is in, even if it's not going to be all that we are putting out there in our fullest desire. So appreciating it fully, loving it fully, letting it leave fully in that same amount of gratitude, and yet then keeping ourselves open to really allowing the next wave of that original desire. And I also think we just get impatient. You know, we think that we have a timeline that if I cast this desire, it's going to happen, and it will. It's just a matter of hang out with us, right? Hang out long enough, be diligent, do the work, and it's automatically going to happen. It's just a matter of how long it takes. So beautiful. What a story.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And gosh, everything you say, I love the way you speak. It's so articulate. It's so heartfelt. And I really feel your own personal practice throughout this process. So that said, What about you when it comes to manifesting, GuruNischan? What is your own personal practice in manifesting?
Gosh, for about a decade, I was in marketing and business and sales, and so I've always had a really strong training in goal setting and SMART goals and being achievable and realistic and these kinds of concepts, kind of more in the productivity world. And I've done a lot of self-development in my life where it's writing it down, make it be plain, having different areas of my life that I'm having goals. But I have to be really honest, all that kind of feels like a different decade for me, although I know it lives in my biology and it's kind of how I operate as a strong business person. It's not really the place I've been living in over the last few years. I've been really dropping into a place of how do I intermingle my spiritual life and my life of spirituality and wellness and health that I grew up in, and this decade of business that I've been merging. And so for me, the work that I've most had to spend time on is becoming the vibration of manifest, that I am becoming a living manifestation, so that when an idea comes through me or a vision, instead of getting really goal oriented with it and creating timelines and mile markers and setting schedules, to me, that's my productivity self. And I've had to really shift and get into a whole different place in myself of where I'm just allowing myself to become a magnet to allow things in, and anything that is a veil that's preventing these things in, I'm spending time on those. And what it's showing up as is that most of my day-to-day life is finding practices that awaken my electrical energy in me, when I'm starting to brand within my own work as becoming a living orgasm, becoming this light that is just so bright and so clear that everything is attracted to that light. And instead of kind of pushing it, I'm just kind of being it and allowing it to come. So I was really aware of the cycles and getting more and more tuned in of letting the cycles and the seasons do my work with me and through me, and allow a much larger force to kind of let this unfolding take place. And so through the solstice, the solstices are very powerful times for me in terms of using seasons to kind of go inside and manifest, as well as the equinoxes and the moons, the new moons, just kind of being really aware of kind of cyclical patterns, of monthly, day-to-day patterns, and also just lightening up, realizing that if I can just be more and more in my own center, all the things that I truly desire that are in alignment with that are going to come forth. And I know when I'm in a creative place, I create. If I'm not in a creative place, to shift that and to allow myself to be in a feeling place. And for the first time in my life, I'm really feeling so deeply in my body that I'm clearing out so much that allows me, I feel like there's this buzzing that's taking place in me, where visions and patterns and the right actions are illuminating themselves versus needing to kind of be the one using my will to make that happen.
So refreshing. And what's wonderful in being your friend is I've had the opportunity to witness you really, truly doing that work, stepping into that fully and allowing yourself. And the word that continues to come up as you're speaking is surrender, to really allow yourself to surrender into what is in the moment. And I also hear another word that feels that it's resonant with what you're saying, which is trust. So it is really establishing a strong trust that even though we're going through this and it might not be super comfortable, and especially coming from this place where you were, where it was all about, very, very left brain, structure, organize, write your goals and all those things, you've invited in this very right brain, fluid, receptive, feminine, magnetic way of being in order to essentially raise your own vibration. And I want to honor you because it's been such a joy to witness you. And when I say joy, it doesn't mean that I sat there and enjoyed the humanness of the pain that you were experiencing. There was a difference, though, in the sense of where, yes, you may have been experiencing pain because of the discomfort of this growth and this shift and this uncertainty, but there was also this, but there wasn't a suffering attached to it. And so I think that just in witnessing you and hearing what you have to say could potentially be huge tools for anybody else listening, recognizing that as we put out there, as we put out prayer, or we put out wish or want or this or that into what we do want, to recognize that the way in which it shows up might not be in the way our logical mind thinks it will, and to be open and receptive to what will come next. So thank you so much for that beautiful share.
Absolutely. Thank you for acknowledging it.
Well, thank you so much, sweetheart. This has been a joy. There's always, I mean, I could truly talk to you forever. And for those that are interested in staying in touch with you and the different things that you have to offer coming up in the new year, would you like to just tell us what you have going on?
Absolutely. In order to stay connected, anyone can go to my website, which is GuruNischan.com, and sign up for my daily doses of sunshine, so you can see my bright light in your email box every day. And I'm going to start a video series soon. It's going to be a weekly meditation series where I'm just, instead of doing my weekly blog, I'm going to do a weekly video on different breath techniques and different things to learn to turn yourself on, to keep yourself bright, to flick your own switch, and to be the bright light that you are in the world. And last but not least, I'm actually going to be launching a Kundalini yoga cleansing course. And this is going to be an online 6-week series, 6 different organ systems, and all of the nutrition, as well as the emotional chakra related areas to each of these organ systems. So how to detoxify from within to clear more space, so that you can be a better vibrational alignment with all that we're working on manifesting for 2016.
Yay! Sounds so wonderful. Woo!
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much for being such a bright light, and for walking this journey with all of us, and for just be willing to do the work to offer us the tools which support you the best. So thank you so much, and we look forward to the next series next quarter.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. It's always a gift to be, and an honor to be a part of the Connection series. So thank you for the invite, and I look forward to talking again.
Love you so much.
Okay, love you. Salam.